Oh, hi there. Welcome to my show. I'm your host Fernando, and today we're going to talk about parking tickets. Now, parking tickets is one of those hot potatoes. I get them all the time from people, questions from people regarding this parking ticket and the various charges that will come their way. Now, I'm going to show you quickly how I don't want to keep it too long because I did in previous videos. If you go back and watch some of my videos, they'll get a better understanding what I'm talking about. Because I spoke about the man versus person kind of thing, the fiction, the living and the dead, the world of the dead and the world of the living. So I'm not gonna go too deep into it today, but I'm just gonna show you one or two of these that will come your way at some point if you do have a car and you do drive about your business. Now, if you're a man or you're a woman, you don't necessarily have to contract. So from time to time you get things like these, and please don't ignore them. If you get one of these in your company, see an officer put it on your car or whatever, I advise and I urge everyone not to be disrespectful or abusive to the man or woman that's doing it, that's putting this kind of stuff on your car, these incitements or infraction, whatever you call them. Because they're just doing their jobs, and I've seen videos where people are chasing them with batons and hammers and knives and all that. And I don't advocate violence, and I do not support that kind of attitude. What you do though is that we do have a system. Thank God we live in a common law country. This land is still common law, and you can deal with it in law. Okay, you can deal with it through the court system. You don't even have to go to court. But what you do, you communicate with them, and if all else fails, and they decide to do something really silly, like take you to court, they will almost certainly not have a leg to stand on anyway, and they kind of know it, so they won't go there with you. But if they figure that you don't know what you're talking about or you don't know what you're doing, then they might want to come after you quite strongly. So I do urge anyone not to ignore this kind of thing, to deal with it as soon as you get it. Okay, as I say, if you go up and see the man or woman putting it on your car, they're acting in the capacity of officers, a fictional capacity. Persons or officers makes no difference. They're all fiction. Okay, their capacities are fiction. So they're a man or woman putting it on your car is acting in that capacity. And what you do, you don't argue with the person, be polite and nice to the person. What do you then? Because I'm gonna be quick about this one, because I got a lot of stuff to emails and stuff to go through. So what do? You ask them politely for their information, for their details. So you get their names, you get their rank number, PC, N10, 50, whatever, and you get what office they're operating out of. What office they're coming, they were posted to. It could be Dagenham Council, it could be PC in Chigwell Road, Chigwell Council, it could be Birmingham Council, it could be London, it could be whatever council he's operating from. And what do? You get the name, the number, his name, his number, and the office, and then you make sure you get it down. Because what they normally do, when they scribble their names on something like this, they barely scribble their names on a signature. You don't know who John Henry Doe. You don't know, so there's no name there, and you don't know how to exactly proceed with it. Also, on some of these, you don't get their they deliberately don't leave any address, some of them, because you're getting the idea now that people are kind of rescinding most of these, are sending back these contracts of offer, and that's all they are. They're just contracts of offer. If you pay me in certain times, you'll get it for half price, something like that. So these are just offers for a contract, and they're not exactly binding. You don't have to worry about them. Now, what I would say about this one is don't ignore it. As I say, deal with it straight away. Now, if you can. Now, the do's and don'ts. So I'm going to use myself as an example here. I'm going to make this disclaimer very very early on. I don't give legal advice. I only give lawful information or general information to those who are willing to hear it. So if you want to take aboard what I say and run with it, of course, you will need a little more than just sending it back. This is as though I generally send it back to them. What I do, I write on the face of it something like this. No consent to contract, and I do not consent to these proceedings. Okay, that's something like that I'll do. I'll write it there, and I always use a purple pen. Blue for admiralty and purple for these kind of civil matters. Okay, the legal matters, you always use purple pen. Get some purple pens. Okay, and you stick it back in the. This is how I deal with it. I'm not telling you how to deal with it. I stick it back in the envelope, the little thing it comes in. Right, stick it back in that little thing, and I will make up my own envelopes. If I run out of envelopes, I just make up my own little envelope there, and I'll stick this the old document inside with a little letter. And what I'll generally put on the letter, I'll just put I won't put my name, my details, anything generally. I'll just put no consent to contract, and I do not consent to these proceedings. Kind of same thing. I put on the just put on the incitement itself, and I'll just tape up the four corners there. I'll just send it back. This I make from a A3 300 GMS A3 printer paper. You can make it from the 200. You can make it from any paper you want, as long as you get this back to them. I would generally not stick a stamp on these, although they will communicate with you. So whether you stick a second-class stamp or first, it doesn't really matter. But what I'll do generally with these ones, I'll just send them recorded delivery, and I'll always keep the receipt. I'll take pictures of them before I send them off. I take pictures of them. I'll make sure I take pictures of them. I won't send them off without taking pictures of them, to make sure that I keep a record for myself, and I keep a receipt, the record of the receipt that I used to post this kind of thing. Now I'm kind of running out of time here, so I'm just gonna go through this a bit quickly. Now, generally, if you don't know what you're doing, they will almost certainly come back after you with these one. And as I say, don't ignore them, because they will. You can end up losing your car, losing your house, losing your property, losing whatever, because they won't drop this kind of thing. Now, but if you know what laws you're operating alongside or under, then you can almost certainly get rid of these things without much hassle. Now, as I explained in previous videos that I did, there's 4 parallel systems running here, and you just got to know what system you're operating alongside or under. Now, I operate under all systems as long as there's some benefit to me. So if they offer any benefit to me, I accept the benefit, and I'll run with that system. If there's any habit that I have that is not beneficial to me, I drop the bad habit. Any habit that's not working for me, any attitude, mindset that's not working for me, get rid of it. Because the last thing I want to do is to keep doing something and expect a different result. Doing the same thing and expect a different result, it's not going to work. So as I say, they will almost certainly test your leather. If you don't know what you're doing, they will kind of come after you strongly. But as I say, I'll kind of run you through the process step by step. So this is the first step. You get it sent back to them, mostly recorded delivery. Make sure you keep a record of it, and you use a purple pen. Now, in subsequent videos to come, I will do the follow-up, so the letters they sent back and what it looks like and what you do with those. Now, I'm going to keep this video short and sweet. I'm not going to go too far with this one today, because I've got some other stuff to run through. As I say, don't ignore them. And the man or woman that might be giving you these incitements, when I come up, and I'll give you a little story about this, a little background. When I come up, I saw this. When I went to my car, I saw the ticket on the car. I took a picture of it, and then I look across when I saw a chappie going by, and I say to him, "Did you put this ticket on my car?" And he says, "Well, yes, he put it on the car." And I asked him for his politely. I asked him for his name, I asked him for his rank number, PC and whatever, and what office he was operating from. You kind of do it in a way that they don't kind of smell any rat there. Because of course he's not going to get anything from me. I'll never pay anything that says charge, fines, or tickets. I'll never pay anything like that. I'm not telling you what to do, but that's what I do. You need that to deal with these incitements. You don't necessarily need it, but you kind of need it if you're going to challenge it like I do in the beginning. I become a bit neutral with it. And of course in the letter it's kind of neutral. I'm not acknowledging anything that there's controversy or anything. I just say, look, I see you put this thing on my car, but no thank you. I'm not interested in whatever you put in there. I don't know what it is, but no thank you. I'm not interested in it. Okay, because I know it's an offer anyway. So as I say, with the man or woman that's putting these things in your car, don't be too harsh with them, because they're just the average Joes. Man or woman that's just live next door to you, man or woman down the road. I've seen videos of people chasing them with hammers and batons and sticks and stones and all that kind of stuff, which I do not advocate violence in any way, shape, or form. I don't think people should be doing this kind of stuff, walking around with knives and chasing at anybody that you disagree with. If you see the man or woman putting this sort of stuff on your car, you take the insight and you deal with it later on. Because no matter how you plead to them and tell them, they're not going to listen, because they're acting in an artificial capacity, the fictional capacity of persons and offices. They're not acting inside the world of the dead. They're operating in the world of Casper the Ghost or some fictional entity. When they take off their uniforms, then they're sovereign. They're one of the people. But as long as they have their uniforms on, the uniforms of a warden, the uniforms of an officer, the uniforms of a public servant, they're servants. Okay, and as soon as they take the suits off, their uniforms off, they're people. They're one of us. Okay, so don't go to war on them. I do not advocate violence towards these men and women dressed in uniform doing these work are these jobs are very difficult, very difficult jobs, and as I say, you might be displeased with what they do, but don't go to war on them. So in subsequent videos to come, as I say, I will upload the general response you get from this. This is what I would do. I'm not telling anybody to do anything, but if you need any more information, kind of general information about this kind of stuff, I do this show every day from Monday to every day, 7:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. And I also have a website as well, www.commonlawsolution.org, and my email address is commonlawsolution@gmail.com, and my telephone number is 07577462704. If you press that old button, microphone button on the WhatsApp there, you'll send me a voice message. Ask me any question you like. Court cases, how to present yourself in court, how to write a notice letter to the courts, or whatever legal or lawful stuff that you might be going through at the moment. You need some general information about that. Remember, injury, harm, or loss. If you stab someone, don't even call me, I can't help you. If you injure somebody's property, if you cause harm, if you beat up your kids, if you trespass on somebody else's property, if you do, I don't even want to know, because of course, injury, harm, or loss. If you haven't done any of those, then you haven't done anything wrong. These kind of incitements and infractions, they generally put charges, notice, and fines and that kind of stuff. These are only stuff that applicable if you're operating on a license. If you're not operating on a license, as I go watch the previous videos about ticket fines and charges, TV license, etc. I explain at length what I mean by four parallel systems that we operate alongside. I operate on the systems that have use and benefits to me. If it has no use and benefits to me, I don't want to know it. These, I didn't get any service goods or anything of value, and therefore I don't see why I should pay for something I didn't get any value for. So did they put a new tire in my car? No. Did they give me some, I don't know, did they put some petrol in my car? No. So what am I paying for? I'm just paying for nothing. So I don't pay for something I didn't get. So that's my principal stance on this, and as I say, that's just my stance. I don't know what you think about it. But as I say, if you need any advice on this, if you need information on this, lawful information, general information on this, this is how I do it, and I'll upload the results as and when they roll in. Now, I want to thank everybody. As I said, don't ignore this. Deal with them straight away, okay? Put them back in an envelope, post it off to them, keep a copy of it. Now, I want to say a big thank you to all those who participated in promo for all your emails and all your questions. And as I say, when I answer your questions, I will voice them, and then all the audios will be uploaded on the platform for others to hear the various answers to these questions asked. Okay, so I want to thank you also for all of you for your donations to this cause. You're donating to this cause, and I want to get the common law knowledge out there to everybody that this is the only law that can protect your rights and property fully. The other laws, civil laws, statutory law, they have their advantages, but they have more disadvantages for me than advantages, and so I would like to encourage people to adapt and learn about a law that can fully give you full protection of your rights and your property. Okay, this is the only law that does that. You can't do to the other ones, and that's why I advocate I would advise that everybody learn common law today. Now, as I say in previous videos, I always say this, that no people can be free and ignorant at the same time. You're either ignorant and stupid and lose all your rights and your property, or you are well abreast of the laws and your rights, and you can keep them intact along with your property. No ignorance of the law is no excuse, and as Bob Marley once says, free your mind from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free your mind. If you want to go ahead and click the whole give me a thumbs up on the YouTube and Facebook. If you check my Facebook as well, I've got tons more information on there and uploading new information every day. I do appreciate all your generous support because it allows me to produce a lot more material and information that will help us in our everyday life. So I want to thank you all for listening, and I'll see you in the next program, the next subsequent videos to come. We'll talk about the step 2. This is step 1 or step 2. What the response to correspondence will be and how we correspond with them. Or we send back correspondence to them, okay, and what they would look like. So as I say, you stick a letter in this saying no thank you, no consent to contract, pretty much what you put on the, don't put your name on the letter, just sign it John Henry Doe, or you could just sign by Shirley, something like that. Always put by, or without prejudice, Shirley, something like that. Always put that. But we'll go into that in subsequent videos to come. Check out my other videos and you'll get tons more information on this particular topic as well. But this is one of those questions that keep rolling in, and lots of people are affected by this. We all have cars, more and more of us have cars, and therefore will be affected by large by this kind of thing. So I'll run you through the process, and so keep watching. God bless, and I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you all for your support, and a big welcome to all those who are just joining the program. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time. Have a good day.